Welcome everyone to the first installment video of Gearhead Gamer. And in today's video, we'll be working on my 2004 WRX wagon that I like to call the Shaggin' Wagon. And today we are installing the titanium Tomei catback exhaust. And currently I have a catback system on there. It's a crappy eBay one. And it also is currently catless. So I'm really excited to see how this sounds. So let's start this. Okay, so I've got the crappy eBay exhaust off of the car, and after I've had a chance to take a look at it, I really realized how crappy this thing really was, and how, well, what you really get for about $130 off of eBay. So, originally, I painted this thing black. That was after I had first put it on the car. At first, it started to rust on some of the weld spots, and it just really wasn't looking good on the muffler end, so I figured I'd just paint it to kind of fix that problem. I took some sandpaper and some steel wool to it, trying to clean up as much of the rust as I could before I ended up painting over the whole thing. And in the end, I noticed through inspection that there was a hole in the side of the muffler. I thought I had noticed that there was some exhaust coming out of the side of the muffler, or there was excessive smoke coming out from underneath the car in some weird angles that I just didn't understand. And now that totally makes sense. Looking at all of this, I mean, granted, I am in the Midwest. I'm in Illinois, and we get some pretty shitty winters up here, so everything takes a beating. And now that this thing is no longer my daily driver, it was time to finally pick up the Tomei Expreme Ti exhaust system. And I am so excited to put this thing on here. I just have to wipe it down a little bit, get all the fingerprints off of it, but outside of that, it's good to go. Oh, and just set up all the hangers and clamps and everything. But here you can kind of see how it looks under there. You can see the exhaust all off. Everything looks good, and there was no material on the flanges, so I don't have to sand them down or anything, so that's nice. I didn't really have this on for very long, but yeah, so now I will wipe up the exhaust, get everything prepped up, and we'll get this thing on there. So let's get to it. Okay, so I've got the exhaust laying underneath the car now. I have all the pieces laying on either cardboard or just some of the foam stuff that you get from, well, we had left over from our table that we picked up recently. So now is the fun part of installing this new one. And hopefully those hangers aren't a pain in the ass, and we'll get this done real soon. So let's see how this goes. So I finally have the Tomei exhaust finished and installed on the car. It's about 1 a.m. now, so unfortunately I won't be able to give any sound clips of the car starting and idling, so that'll have to wait until the morning. But for now, it's looking pretty good. I got all the bolts tightened down here, and here's a look at the whole system. I got all the bolts tightened down. Those springs on this thing were a real pain in the ass. They gave me a lot of problems. But all in all, the install went pretty smoothly. I might want to try to adjust the height of the exhaust once I get it on the ground. We'll see how low it is and kind of go from there. But here's kind of a quick peek. It's looking really good. So now I think it's about time for me to go grab a beer and chill out and probably get some rest. Okay, the time has finally arrived where I can finally start up the Subi and see how this thing sounds, and you guys get to hear it as well. So that's it, everyone. I'm loving the sound of this car. It sounds great. The exhaust is just awesome. I love the tones of it. It sounds quite different than the eBay exhaust that I had on there. Of course, I figured that was gonna be the case, but I really hear a lot more turbo whistle with it now, and I've been loving it with the catless setup. It is a tad bit loud, especially when I'm driving on the highway, which I had to use this car as a daily driver for a little bit, because as you can tell, I didn't install this exhaust today. That happened about 5 or 6 months ago. I just didn't get a chance to wrap up the video. A lot of real life stuff was going on. It was a busy year last year, but now I'm finally done with that, and I'm able to get back to finishing up some videos. So I have some more content that's coming, and I just have to wrap up some more stuff. So expect more content on the Shaggin' Wagon. I want to do a little segment I like to call What Have We Learned? And what have we learned today? The eBay exhausts are crappy, and you get what you pay for, especially living in the Midwest area like I do. But where the exhaust broke the hanger off of it, it looked like it almost just tore it off, but because I painted it, I can't really tell how much how much rust was actually there causing a possible issue. So I can't really for sure say that, but all I know is I'm not going to skimp around on the exhaust, and honestly paying that little extra money for the Tomei exhaust was totally worth it because it just sounds amazing, and it looks great on the car too. I mean, you can't beat the look of that, and all the pipes, I mean, just the pie cuts just look fantastic. It's just a unique exhaust. So really happy, and thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe and like, and I will see you again soon.